Welcome to Just Breathe. I'm Deb. Today we're going to do a little bit of a detox practice. We're going to have a little fun, I think. Fire things up, twist things out. So let's just first find a nice Ujjayi breath. So we're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Just relax the shoulders away from the ears. Find that pratyahara, that inward turn. We draw all our awareness to the inside and focus on the breath. So you'll notice that little catch in the back of the throat. As we exhale, a little hollow sound, listening to the breath. Take a couple more breaths. And on the next inhalation, we're going to sweep the fingertips up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're just going to take a little preliminary turn. So bring the right hand behind the tailbone, the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. And just gently twisting, lengthening the spine as we inhale. And as we exhale, we can use that arm like a little lever to help rotate that spine a little bit. Finding a gentle breath, smooth and fluid as we work our way through a lot of abdominal work today, a little bit more intensity. And as we bring that gaze back to the front and center, we'll sweep the fingertips back up to the sky. Once again, take a big breath in, and as we exhale, let's go to the other side. Allow the crown of the head to reach up. Take another breath. And as we bring that gaze back to the front and center, once again, let's just reach back with our hands and bring our little tippy toes right here to the mat. We're just going to drop the knees to the right side with a little twist. The shoulders kind of square to the mat, and then to the left side, and again over to the right side. And this time we're just going to roll right up to our hands and knees, so we'll be facing the right side wall. Inhale, lengthen the spine, find that cow pose, push the rib cage down, extend the spine. As we exhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, round the spine, scoop the abdominals out. Inhale again, nice deep breaths, deep cleansing breaths. Exhale, rounding to your cat pose. Inhale again to cow. The toes are tucked as we begin to lift the knees off the mat and straighten the legs, coming into our downward facing dog, spreading those fingers wide. Lengthen the spine, the heels are releasing. Close to the mat, draw the belly in, lift the head, kind of bring it right down between your upper arms, your biceps. And take a couple of deep breaths right here. And as we begin to warm the body, we're going to start again with another little twist. So we'll take the right hand over to the outside of the left leg. Maybe your hand is on the outside of your thigh, or maybe the calf, or maybe all the way down to the ankle. Bringing the hands back. Take another nice deep breath. And then we'll take it to the other side. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh, calf, ankle. Press strongly into the mat. And then bringing both hands back up to the top of the mat. We're going to float right on out to a plank pose and just stay right here for a few moments, pressing the palms down, lengthen the spine, and really engage that Uddiyana Bandha. So we're really drawing that belly up deep in towards the spine. The gaze is out in front of the mat, which will allow your chest to kind of draw forward and the heels back. And remember, we can drop our knees. So everybody can just drop their knees whenever they want. This is Perfectly fine, nice way to modify. I want you to take care of your body today. As we lower to a Chaturanga Dandasana, again, use the knees. You can take it all the way down. And then finding a cobra, either low cobra or up a little bit higher. The heart moves forward, the chest back. We're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips, coming back to that downward facing dog once again. And releasing those heels a little bit closer to the mat. Lifting those sitting bones up, pressing the thigh bones to the back wall. Stretching out. Let that breath stay smooth and fluid as we float right back out to our plank pose. Again, we're finding some length in the spine here. Feeling strong, knowing we can drop our knees anytime we want. Again, lowering down halfway or all the way, Chaturanga, finding cobra, or even upward facing dog on the tops of all 10 toes. The chest moves forward and the collarbone opens. Press all the fingers into the mat. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. And as we exhale to downward facing, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift those sitting bones, lengthen the arms, the spine, draw the belly in. We're going to step or hop our way right up to the front of the mat into that standing forward fold. Uttanasana, rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands are on the shins or fingertips on the floor. Back is flat, chin is lifted. Exhale, back to that fold. As we inhale, we're going to soften the knees and inhale, sweep the fingertips all the way up to the sky. Look up, palms press. And as we exhale, draw those palms back in front of the heart. Take a couple of deep breaths right here. Maybe we will lower the heat a couple of notches. It's warmer up here. As we inhale, sweep the fingertips, look up, and as we exhale, draw forward into that fold. Back to your Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin, flatten the back. Either step back to your plank pose or hop back. Again, feel free to drop the knees anytime. Tuck the elbows in, lower halfway down or all the way. Coming back to your upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing. Breathing. Pressing the fingers forward, lifting the sitting bones. Breathe. Bend the knees, squatting down so we can hop up between our fingertips. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, lift the chin. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips to the sky, look up, and draw the palms into the heart. Inhale, sweep the fingertips, look up, little tiny back bend. Exhale, fold forward into your fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float back to your plank pose. Take that Chaturanga Dandasana. And then roll to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the sitting bones. Press all 10 fingers into the mat. Remember to take breaks. Modify when you need to. It's perfectly fine. Take another nice deep breath. Bend the knees. Step, hop, or float your feet up between your fingertips. Forward fold. Inhale. Lift the chin. Flatten the back. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep the fingers to the sky. Look up. Exhale, draw the palms into the heart. Inhale, sweep the fingers to the sky, look up. Exhale, fold forward into your fold. Warming the body. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float back to your plank or take that Chaturanga. Remember, you can lower your knees. You can find a cobra. Any vinyasa that you would like. Exhale, downward facing. Take another breath. Bend the knees, step, hopper, float your feet right up between your fingertips, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, nose to knees. Inhale. Soften those knees as we sweep the fingertips up overhead. Look up. And then exhale, draw the palms back into the heart. Inhale, sweep the fingertips, look up. Exhale, draw forward into that fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin. Exhale, step hopper, float back. Take that Chaturanga Dandasana halfway down or all the way. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breathe. This time we're going to step or hop our feet up and come to a little squat. We're going to roll ourselves back down onto the mat. That's why I have this little towel right here for my tailbone. And feel free to, get little things that you need. Now, when we come into Navasana, boat pose, you may keep your toes on the mat. You may lift them up about halfway, a little half boat right here. Classically, boat pose is legs straight, toes kind of flared out. I want you to really watch your back, take care of your back, and it's okay to bend your knees and bring your toes down. It's more important to take care of your back as we open. Keep that breath smooth and fluid as we begin to lower down to Ardha Navasana, hovering here over the mat. And again, you can drop your heels, you can take little breaks, whatever you need. We're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. So make sure we're doing our nose breathing. And then come back up to your Navasana. We're lengthening, we're breathing, we're opening the heart, and then we're lowering back down again. Taking care with those backs. And back up again. We're breathing. Try to keep that breath steady and smooth. We're lowering back down again. Engage in that Uddiyana Bandha, your belly. And lifting back up. This time as we lower back down, we're going to bring the right foot to the mat. Extend the left leg all the way up. You're going to kind of push that energy right out of your heel. Now again, it's fine to leave your foot on the mat, or you can extend it so that it's hovering over the mat right here. If your neck gets a little tender, go ahead and bring the fingertips behind the head. So we're pressing down with that low back. We're pressing the belly button through the spine. We're pushing that energy out of the heels. That belly is deeply engaged here. We'll go ahead and switch legs. So bring the right one up, lower the left one down again. Feel like you can just stamp your foot right into the mat and take a little break and then come back and join us. We're keeping the shoulder blades lifted. It's as if that thigh is coming toward your chest. Pushing up at the heel and out at the heel. And taking breaks by stamping that foot down whenever we want. In through the nose, out through the nose. Really focus on that breath. Now we're going to begin to move one leg then the other, side to side. Keeping that breath. We're smooth and fluid. So it's not fast, but it is nice and rhythmic. Rhythmic with the breath. Feel free to drop a heel or take an all-out break. You can tuck your knees in and take a break if you want to. We're reaching long with those legs, drawing the belly in. Again, keep your fingertips behind your head if that neck is getting a little bit tender. Moving side to side. A couple more of these. And then we're going to leave that right leg up and lower the left leg again and take the hands on the outside of that right leg. So we're adding in a little bit of a twist here. Again, take that little break. Stamp your foot down. Give yourself a moment. Then you can come back. So we're engaging the oblique now as we hold it right here. We're really firing up things in that solar plexus. This is really good for detoxing the body. Now as we switch and go to the other side, we'll do the same thing. Sometimes it only takes a second, a little break, And then you can come right on back. And then we'll move rhythmically side to side. Try to take those hands on the outside of the thighs. Press the belly down. Feel rhythm. Feel the breath. As we're moving side to side, so nobody's cold today. Again, a couple more of these. Allow the fingertips to come behind your neck if you'd like. Take that all-out break by stamping one foot into the ground if you'd like. That's fine. As both legs come all the way up, we're going to hold that left leg straight up to the sky and lower the right one down hovering. And then lift it back up. So only the right leg is going to lower and lift. And lower and lift. And you're beginning to feel this a little bit. Your abdominals are working. The breath is moving the body. The mind moves the breath and the body. A couple more like that. And then we're going to switch sides. Keep the right leg up and lower the left leg down. It's kind of hovering over the floor. Take a couple more on this side. And then we'll cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And as we draw the knees in, it's like both sides coming together. The elbows touch the knees. And as we inhale back, we'll gently tap the toes to the mat. And then exhale, draw everything back together again. Inhale, tap the toes. Exhale, draw together. Inhale, tap the toes. Exhale, draw together. A couple more on this side, and then we'll switch our ankles. Exhale. Keep that breath smooth, and then we'll switch and bring the left ankle on top of the right. Tapping the toes. Exhale, draw the knees and the elbows towards each other. Keep the spine imprinted into the mat. Keep your focus on your belly, your solar plexus, on your breath. Couple more. If we need to take a break, we can do that anytime. Watch your back. Again, as we reach those legs out, the heels can be down, the feet can be stamped into the earth, or we can come right back to that Ardha Navasana. As we inhale and lift all the way back up to our boat pose once again. We're going to cross the ankles and roll right up, or jump if you're able, right back into your plank pose. Tuck the elbows in, lower halfway down, take a Chaturanga Dandasana, and then rolling to upward facing. Shoulders are down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe. Lift the sitting bones, lengthen the spine. We're going to step or hop our way up to the top of the mat into that forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Lift the chin, look forward. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms around, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. Weights in the heels, draw the belly in, lengthen the spine. Inhale, stand. And sweep the arms all the way back to the heart. And take a breath. As we inhale, we're going to come right back to the chair. As we exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin and flatten the back. We'll exhale, step, hop, or float your way back to your plank. Take that Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, you can drop your knees and take a full-on break anytime we need to. Downward facing dog. As we inhale and the right leg extends to the sky, we step the right foot up between the fingertips, the left heel spins down. It's a warrior one, and it's one breath. So as we sweep the fingers up and look up at the palms, we're going to exhale right back down to our plank, or Chaturanga. Inhaling up. Cobra or upward facing dog. And if we're feeling a little bit winded here, we're a little bit tired, you can stay in your downward facing dog. It's fine. Left leg extends to the sky. Step the left foot up between the fingers. The right heel spins down. Warrior one. And exhale, release. Back to your plank. There are towels on the table if you need one. Take a chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Stay here for a couple breaths. Lift the sitting bones, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees, step hop or float your way right up between your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chin, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, find chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, stand, hips push forward, spine back. Sweep the arms around to your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Again, back to chair pose. And fold forward. Round the shoulders, tuck the chin, look up at your belly button. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale back. Take that chaturanga or take a little break. Stay in downward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're all going to be here. Right leg extends to the sky. Step it up between your fingertips. Left heel spins down. Warrior one. Look up at your fingers and thumbs. Exhale, release. Think smooth, think fluid as you lower, finding cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg extends to the sky. Step up between your fingertips. Right heel spins down. Warrior one. Exhale, release. You can stay in down dog or take your vinyasa any way you want. Exhale, downward facing. Breathe. Bend the knees. Step or just step up to the front of the mat. Especially if you're getting a little bit tired, it's okay. Inhale, lengthen. Lift the chin, flatten the back. Exhale. Bending the knees, finding chair pose. Inhale, stand, hips push forward. Sweep the arms all the way around. Back to the heart. Take a breath. Coming back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin, look forward. Step hop or float your way back to your plank or your downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa right here. Exhale, down dog. Heels are close to the mat. We're keeping that breath smooth, fluid. We're taking breaks if we need to. Right leg extends to the sky. Step the right foot up between your fingertips. Left heel spins down. Warrior one again. Look up. Exhale, release. Plank pose. Lower down. You're up on all 10 toes when you're in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, down, upward facing. Left leg extends. Left foot steps up. Right heel spins down. Warrior one. Exhale. Plank. Lower halfway down or all the way. Upward facing. You can add that extra push-up if you'd like. Bend the knees, step or hop right up between your fingertips. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin, flatten the back. Bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, stand. Sweep the arms back around to the heart. Come back to chair. Fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step, hop, float back. Take that chaturanga dandasana. Remember, you can always take that extra push-up. Downward facing. Right leg extends to the sky. Step it up between your fingers. We're one. And release. You can stay in down dog or lower down. We're building up a little bit of heat in that body. Take a breath, left leg extends. Step it up between your fingertips. Virajasana 1. Exhale, release. Back to your plank. Press all 10 fingers into the mat. Let chest moves forward. Open that collarbone. Exhale, downward facing. Find your breath. Stay here. Lift the sitting bones. Stretch out those fingers. Really fan them open. Let the head release. Draw the belly up towards the spine. As we bend the knees, crouch down, and float up between your fingertips into that fold. Inhale, lift the chin, lengthen. Bend the knees, finding chair pose once again. We're going to draw the palms into the heart. Sit back. Another detoxing move. As we exhale, we're going to twist in chair. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee, making sure our knees, our big toes are tight together. We're twisting from the middle of that back, right on the axis of your spine. If you like to open your arms up, you can do that. Or you can keep your palms pressing together, looking up past your elbow. Again, this is a detoxing move for your body. As we come back to the center, take a breath. If you need to straighten your legs, go right ahead. Or exhale and twist over to the other side. We're lengthening the spine here. The crown of the head is up. The tailbone is down. We're rotating that spine. Back to the center. Push the fingertips all the way up. Hips push forward, spine back. Exhale, sweep the fingertips back around. Heart. Inhale, sweep it back, come into chair. As we exhale forward, tuck the chin. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chin. Step, hop, or float back and hold your plank position. This is a real fiery sequence. So even if we modify it, it's still a little bit spicy. So you're going to keep your palms straight down, keep your belly pulled in, and at the same time, your heels are going to drop to the back while your hands are flat on the mat. So it's as if you've turned to a side plank with your lower body. The feet are stacked. So you're on the outside right edge of your right foot. And if you need to modify this, you can of course bring your knee down. Take a break if you need to. About 5 breaths here. Very detoxing. Twisting everything out of the body. Said we were going to fire things up today. And then come into a full Vashisthasana, side plank. And again, if that's too much and you want to bring one foot to the front, you can, or bring it out to the side. Keep lifting, keep lifting. And as we exhale, come right back to your front plank. This might be a good time to drop your knees and take a little break if you'd like. Again, we're going to drop the heels to the front of your mat this time. Keeping the palms straight down. We're looking down at the mat. Focus on that breath. We want smooth, fluid breath. And as we come into that full Vashisthasana, let's reach the right arm up. You can modify it. You can pull your knee down. You can look down at your hand or up at your fingers. Take another breath. And as we turn back to our front plank, again, you can feel free to drop your knees. We're going to lower down to our forearms, one elbow at a time. We're hovering in that dolphin plank. Again, drawing the belly in. The same sequence, but now you're on your forearms. Drop your heels off to the right side of the mat. This modification is a little tougher. If you bring your foot to the front, you still need to keep your left forearm down. It's a little deeper twist, actually. still focusing. We're still breathing. We're detoxing that body. Keeping that right hip lifted. And then again, that Vashisthasana, side plank. Lift the left arm up. You can look up or you can look down. Coming back to that front forearm plank. Take a knee drop if you need to. Drop the heels to the front of your mat. Keep the forearms down. Keep the elbows down. We're breathing. You're focusing on what's happening in your body. You might be sweating a little. Lift that right arm up, full side plank. Take another breath, come back over to your front plank. And we're going to walk ourselves back up to your full plank. Tuck the elbows in, lower halfway down or all the way. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Breathe. Feel those heels. Right leg extends to the sky. We're going to step it up between our fingertips and come to a high lunge. And of course, you always have that option of dropping the back knee right here. As we exhale, release, come back to down dog. Left leg extends to the sky, one leg down dog. Step the left foot up between your fingertips. High lunge on this side. Sweep the fingertips overhead. Look up. Push that right thigh back away from the mat. And exhale, release. Down dog. Now that you're all nice and stretched out, are you ready to work a little? Right leg extends to the sky. One leg down dog. You're going to take that right knee over to your left tricep. Or left elbow, rolling forward on the left tippy toe. Push that right leg up to the sky. Do that again. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Two more. Inhale, lift. Right knee, left elbow. Twisting underneath. Inhale, lift. Right knee, left elbow, and then draw your knee back to the center. And step your foot back up between your fingertips. Again, we're going to sweep it back up to that high lunge. The other was just practice. As we draw the palms down, feel free to drop that back knee too. We're going to prayer twist again. Left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Bringing that right knee over the ankle. You can always drop that back knee down or stay up. You can open the arms if you like, but again, it's that twist on the axis of the body. It really doesn't matter what your arms are doing. Keep lengthening the spine, the crown of the head forward, the tailbone down. With each inhale, we're lengthening. With each exhale, we're twisting a little bit deeper. As we come back to the front and center, we're going to lift the palms up and straighten the legs. And we're all going to rotate and pivot that right foot to the left side of your mat. So now I have my back to you. Gently exhale all the way down. Interlace your fingers. See if you can't bring those arms up over your head. Take a breath as you soften your elbows and your knees. Let's bring the left hand down underneath your chest, getting ready for a little spinal twist. If you have a block, you may want to put your hand up on the block. Take your right hand first, behind your low back, right here at your tailbone. Keep your hips from skewing. So push your sitting bones back. Draw the belly in, draw the shoulder back, and then extend the arm up to the sky, making a nice straight line. It's a little harder than it looks at first to try to keep those hips squared. Now if you have a block and you want to use it, as we exhale the hand down, you might want to take your block up to the top of your mat. You're going to pivot on your right foot once again and turn yourself to the back to the front of your mat. It's like a little pyramid pose here. You might want to bring your back foot up just a little bit. As we bring the hands to the hips and lift up, lengthening the spine, keep your right hand on your right hip and extend the left arm forward. We're lengthening. If that's really troublesome for your back, you can stay supported here. Try to lift up, draw the belly in, extend the left arm forward. We're trying to keep those hips squared by drawing the right hip back and the left hip forward. We're preparing mentally for a revolved triangle. So as we exhale and release the left hand down to the inside of the right foot, we're going to bring that belly button into the thigh and extend the top arm up. If you want to take this a little deeper, you can take your your left hand on the outside of your right foot. So it's a deeper twist here. So always find a place that's working for you. Legs are straight, arms are straight. We're extending, we're lengthening. As we exhale, release the hand, come back, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, lift the sitting bones, let the head and neck relax. Rippling back out to a plank pose. Take that Chaturanga Dandasana or Cobra, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breathe. Left leg extends to the sky, one leg down dog. Here comes a little crossover. Left knee, right elbow. You're twisting underneath. And lift it back up. Do that again. Exhale. Draw the knee to the elbow. And lift it back up. Left knee, right elbow. You're kind of rolling forward on those right tippy toes. Draw that belly in. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Last time. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Hold it here, right here in the middle. And then step your left foot up. As we sweep it back up to that high lunge, sweep the fingertips up overhead. Sink a little bit deeper. And remember, you can take breaks whenever you want. You can always drop your knee down. In fact, everybody can do that, and then prayer twist to the outside. So right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. We're twisting, we're lengthening. We're keeping that breath smooth and fluid. Take another breath. And as we lift the fingertips up overhead and straighten the front leg, you're going to pivot around to the right side of your mat this time, so you won't see me. As we exhale, take the palms down to the mat and rest here. You can bend your elbows, you can bend your knees. If you're someone who likes to do the tripod headstand, we'll do that, we hope. So if you want to do a tripod headstand, you're going to bend your elbows, keep your palms nice and flat. Bring your forehead and the crown of your head down to the mat. And then bring your knees up on top of those biceps. And maybe lift up. Come down the same way. Take that little stretch. Right hand down underneath your chest or your face. Sweep the left one up. Spinal twist right here. Again, you can bring your hand to your low back and make sure that your hips are pushing back, that your hip bones are not skewing. Keep that long straight line. From the top of those fingertips all the way down. That spine is long. Take another breath. As we exhale, release. This is where we're going to walk our fingertips back up to the top of the mat. So pivot on that left foot. A little bit of a pyramid pose here. Take a breath. You can bring your hands up to your hips as the legs are straight. Keep your left hand on your hip this time and the right arm reaches forward, extending out of the spine. And again, watch your back. The most important thing is taking care of your back so you can always keep yourself supported. And as we bring the right hand down to your block or to the mat, I'm going to rotate right on into that revolved triangle. Keep lengthening the spine. Soften the breath just a little bit. As we exhale, release, coming into downward facing dog. Lift the sitting bones, palms are flat. Everybody floats right out to plank, and we're going to lower slowly all the way down to the mat. Coming into Dhanurasana, boat pose. So as we bend the knees, we're going to reach back for those ankles or those feet. If we have difficulty with that, we might grab a towel around them. And you're going to push your feet back. And it will help open up your heart. So we're not jutting the chin forward. We're keeping the head floating over the shoulders and trying to straighten the legs. Deep back bend here. Drawing the shoulder blades together, drawing the toes together. Exhale. Bring the hands down. You're going to tuck your toes, push yourself straight up to plank, and lift the hips, downward facing dog for our counter pose. We're coming into camel. So if you want something under your knees, you can bring your towel or a little blanket for your knees. So as we come out, we're going to drop to the knees and come on up. Slide your hands up. Your toes can be curled, your toes can be flat. You can bring your fists into your hips, your palms into your low back, fingers up, fingers down. There's a lot of different options for camel pose. It's a deep, deep back bend. One thing is for sure, there's absolutely zero pain in the low back. So listen to your body. As you draw your heart up and extend the spine, we draw the elbows and the shoulder blades together. If you're feeling comfortable enough to reach back for your heels, you can do that. If you feel lightheaded or dizzy, keep your chin down here on your chest as if you have that little tangerine underneath your chin. This is another really good detoxing move. The belly likes to be stretched like this. To come out of this, we just drop the chin to the chest, come back, bring your hands back to the mat, tuck your toes, and come back to downward facing dog. And pedal those heels again. As we come out and drop to the knees, we're going to cross the ankles and roll to the back side. The feet will come to the mat. We'll grab underneath the thighs and roll the spine all the way down. Release the head and neck. Release the tension in the body. Heels are close to the hips. As we peel the spine up to a bridge pose, we're going to kind of shimmy the shoulders underneath. Interlace your hands under your tailbone. Kind of puff that chest up, lifting the hips up to the sky. Again, it's another version of a back bend. Breathe, focus, back of your head, the back of your shoulders on the mat, curve in the back of the neck. We're going to slowly exhale, lower back down, one vertebrae at a time, getting ready to do that again. Or if you'd rather do a wheel, if you're someone that likes a wheel pose, you're going to flip your arms over, your palms are flat by your ears, And again, you're going to come up onto your head and then push up with your arms into a nice deep back bend. Wheel pose. Or come back into your bridge pose. And when you've had enough, you can drop it down very gently. Unroll your spine. Tuck the knees in. And rock side to side. Release the spine. We're going to take the right leg and cross it over the left leg and hold on to those knees, sliding the hands down to the ankles and begin to pull those heels in towards our hips, a little hip stretch. So this stretch is a little different from pigeon pose. It stretches a little bit differently here. Probably gets that IT band again, that little racing stripe on the outside of your leg by doing this. So stretch it right there. And then we'll take the arms out T-shaped to the body. So since your right leg is on top, we're going to drop that whole set of crossed knees over to the left side. Relax them down all the way. Pressing the shoulder blades into the mat, press the palms down. Getting that deep twist again. This is a little bit more relaxing. We're on the other side of all that intensity, so we're getting ready for final relaxation here in a moment. So you can relax, untense your jaw. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to uncross the legs before we bring them back up to the center, rock side to side once again. And this time take the left leg and cross it over the right, grabbing those shins, sliding the hands down towards the ankles, and pull those heels in towards your hips again. Nice little hip stretch. Still breathing in and out through the nose. As we reach the arms back out T-shaped to the body, and this time dropping that whole set of knees over to the right side this time. You should be able to relax those legs down. If not, use your blankets, your towels, your blocks to kind of prop them up so it does feel comfortable here. Take a couple more breaths, and as we unwind the legs, we'll come back to the center. Again, you can take a little rock side to side. You can keep your feet on the mat for final relaxation if you'd like. Stretch them all the way out with palms by your side in Shavasana, your corpse pose, or even bring the bottoms of your feet together and let your knees open, releasing the stress in the body. Suptavana Konasana. Feel relaxed. Close the eyes and take a few moments for yourself. Let's find another nice deep belly breath in through the nose, out through the nose, wiggling fingers and toes. Let's bring ourselves back to awareness. On the next exhalation, we'll begin to pull the knees back in towards the chest. And we can rock side to side and just roll over onto one side and take a couple of breaths in this little fetal position on our sides. Eyes can remain closed and relaxed, removing the eye pillow. On the next exhalation, let's go ahead and gently push ourselves back up to a seated position. Take your time. Let your head be the last thing that comes up. And just sit very comfortably with a long spine. Crown of the head reaching up. Gently drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Allow the head to roll forward so the chin is on the chest. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. Once more, the chin is on the chest, the head hangs heavy. And as we inhale, lift the face to the front, draw the shoulders back one time, sweep the fingertips to the sky, palms press in on the exhalation. We draw them back to the heart center, thumbs touch the heart. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly. And as we exhale very, very slowly, just let out any more residual tension in the body. We did a lot of breathing today, a lot of detoxing. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming. Namaste.
Namaste.